So we are ready? We are live?
Ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. And once again, we are on the platform of Metamorphosis with another show, another round of heartwarming sessions, not with just for connected to education, but overall in general about life, its learnings, about how a home environment creates a better learning atmosphere so that our children become better learners, capable to cope up with life struggles and challenges. So before I invite my guest over here, I would like to share some few words about what is this session about and why is this session launched especially for women change makers and women who are out to change the world. Make sure what was passed down to you is what you want passed down to your child. The beauty about evolution is that we evolve for the better. We learn more about what worked and what didn't, what to change and what to keep the same, and what to pass down and what not to. We are growing the future. So, today on this wonderful session, wonderful first show of this marvelous session, we have an esteemed guest who I would like to proudly say that she is a homemaker, an educator also, and a lot of many other things in the personality that she has been showing on Metamorphosis, a hidden poet, a hidden person whose words not only share about life's challenges, but yes, there is some depth in the words that she writes. There are some feelings and emotions connected to the words that she pens down on poems and on life's journeys and different themes. So today, I take this opportunity to invite Kanakagiri Shakuntala ma'am on this first show of My Story, My Journey, My Strength, My Life. So welcome ma'am on this episode of this wonderful first show and introduce about yourself in brief for 5 minutes and then I will take the session ahead with some heartwarming questions and grilling and all that. So over to you, ma'am. Warm welcome.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sodal, for having me here. It's a pleasure to be on your platform, and I hope I meet your. I should hopefully be able to answer whatever you ask me here, and I'm all open about it. And here I am. Yes, my name is Shakuntala Kankagiri. I was born into a Telugu family. My parents, my father particularly, he came from humble background. He went on to rise as an internationally famous scientist, and he was awarded with all the prestigious awards that he could get. And he had a very good fame, name, but a very down to earth, very humble person, very sincere person to whom I look up to every now and then in my life. Of course, my mother was no less because she was always the silent promoter, supporter of the family. We are six siblings, three sisters and three brothers, and each one of them very well settled in their own field, and they have done excellently in their own respective subjects. And yes, got married at tender age, not very tender age, but around just when I turned 22. So to my husband, who is Mr. K.V. Subbarao, his name is, he is an aeronautical engineer, and he also rose to a very uh, commendable position in his service. He's retired now, but he's still employed on a full time basis. He continues to work in the area that interests him. I am blessed with two sons. I would have loved them if they were daughters also, but I have two sons, and both of them are well educated, well settled, and they one is in Australia and one is in Canada. So, and of course, now two grandchildren also have been added, one granddaughter and one grandson, two cute little beings, the world around for me, for us, in fact. So that's to sum up my kind of a life story to this
Wonderful, ma'am.
extent.
Wonderful. Metamorphosis is glad to have such wonderful people who are with me to bring a change, not only in terms of education, but in terms of bringing a change as mothers also, bringing a change as parenting educators also. I always tell them as parenting educators. So it's a privilege to host you today on this session. And before I start my round of questions is a small lines for all the mothers over here who will be watching the session and all the women over here who are going to be mothers. And for you, small, my job as a mother is to protect my children, not just from scraped knees or bad dreams, but from toxic energies, from inconsistent love, from people who only show up when it's easy. If that means cutting someone off, no matter who they are, then so be it. If I cannot love my kids fully, if your presence brings them more harm than peace, you do not get access to them. I will never apologize for setting boundaries that protect their hearts. Their safety, their happiness, their peace will always come first, as I value my children, my most prized possession. For you, ma'am, these words were.
Thank you so much.
So before I start, ma'am, can you walk us through your journey and how you got to where you are today? A little bit of connecting from your school days and then where you are today in little bit brief.
Yes. Although I'm not such a renowned personality, but nevertheless, all of us have some journeys to remember and to reminisce about also, definitely. My school education, basically, it started in Hyderabad at the primary level. And no sooner my father got transferred to Delhi. And in Delhi, I think I completed 8th class. Till my teens, I was in Delhi almost, just stepping into my teens. There, I did my studies in a convent school. The first time it was Springdale's for 1 year, and then subsequently for about more than 8 years, more than 10 years, yes, in fact, it was in Holy Child School that was in East Patel Nagar. And I still remember and reminisce my time spent in that school with the nuns who were, then we did not have the local Indian nuns then. They were all from Spanish, Spain and Italy from that side. I had a wonderful rapport with them, with the sisters, with the students. Unforgettable memory. That's one of the memories. From Kanpur, again, my father came back on a promotion to Hyderabad. In Hyderabad, I did my matriculation and my PUC, and then I joined BSc Home Science. After completing my graduation in BSc Home Science, I was at crossroads. I was told that it was marriageable age and I should get married off immediately by all the elders around, because belonging to a traditional family, that was the trend then. Then it so happened, for some reason, the marriage had to get postponed because of somebody's death in their family for more than a year. So that gave me an opportunity to apply and sit for entrance examinations. That finally took me to my postgraduate level. And I think I was in my second semester when I finally got married. But fortunately, I did complete also. I did not skip my studies. So I got my post-graduation degree. I got a first class there. So that's about. Then again, after marriage, I was in Bangalore. The early times of our marriage, we were in Bangalore. And in no time, my husband was transferred to Germany briefly. So we had two such stints, I think. So twice we went to, it was for some kind of 1 year or 1.5 years like that. And again, after a gap of another 5 years, he was again posted to Germany, the place called, we lived in Friedrichshafen. So there, that was another memorable, lovable time that we had. Both of us were young, kids were young, and we enjoyed the courtesies of those people, and we enjoyed the place, we enjoyed the people. It was a beautiful memory again there. Then from there, from Germany, he was posted to Kanpur. So our life kept on jumping from one stage to another. So he was then posted to Kanpur. And Kanpur, I think, was the longest period we stayed. 18 years we were in Kanpur. So my children's school up to high school was that was finished in Kanpur itself. So from there, they came down to their respective engineering courses, so to Bangalore. Both of them studied in Bangalore only. And again, after they left, my husband was again posted back to Hyderabad. So it came a full circle. So finally, from the last bit of his career was back in Bangalore again, and he retired here in Bangalore. And within no time, he got re-employed. That was the kind of, circuitous journey, I would say, of us. Enjoyable, memorable, yes, definitely.
It was a roller coaster ride in reality, if you see. A total roller coaster ride. And I think
Yeah.
did you enjoy the packing and unpacking of the bags time and again with small kids?
No, it comes with its baggages and packages also. Like, yes, sending them to school because I had to tend for myself in every little thing over there. So, dropping them to school, bringing them back, and walking down to the stores because we did not have a car or anything at that time there. No, it was not easy to afford one also. So, walking down, but at least, the way the place was, it didn't have that kind of
Perception.
drilling experience, I would say we didn't have. But it was quite, maybe because we were young. If I go now, probably I would be cursing every living second.
Definitely. And I think that age is like we are ready to accept whatever comes our way.
Yes,
And that the
yes,
body gives us that alarm signal. No, no, you're ready
yes,
to pick up this. Then
true.
after years, when you realize how did we manage to sail? Now, if given that opportunity, we wouldn't like to go back again.
Nowhere.
So,
I'd rather settle down in Bangalore here itself now. But you never know where life takes. Your voice is clipping. I am not getting your voice.
So the second one is what's the biggest challenge?
Biggest challenge? Your voice, words are clipping, Sonal. Hello? Hello?
Yeah. What's the
Yeah, you
biggest?
go.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, now I'm getting your voice.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. So what's the biggest challenge you've faced, and what did it teach you?
Challenges were plenty, all kinds of challenges. Getting used to the place, the first challenge. Second is bringing up children, particularly in stranger places. And as they are growing up, trying to not exactly monitoring them, but then, constantly, like you said, you talked about counseling and all. It was not the typical counsel or anything, but cautioning them when required, being free with them, helping them out in small, small, odd projects or odd things to be done. Those were the ones. But yes, moving from, one quarter to another quarter, constant 18 years, where we shifted at least 5, 6 houses there also. That was a hell of a hell of moment over there. So that was also a challenge. Every place had its challenge. It's not that it was very smooth going. We were
What
given
is the
a
what is the yeah, what is the best thing that you learned at that age during these challenges at that particular
I,
age?
I think, my brother is the eldest at home. Among girls, I'm the eldest. So I think from my childhood, I had probably that inherent quality of being kind of responsible or kind of answerable, in that sense. So maybe somewhere I had that inherited, way of dealing with things. And I never complained that way. But yes, there were quite some hardships. I faced a lot of hardships, whether it was in Bangalore, whether it was in Kanpur, whether it was I don't want to go into what they are in detail, but there were many hardships, no doubt about it. But yes, hardships and then again pleasant times and then hardships and pleasant times. So that kind of seesawing life is always there. Cannot
Definitely.
do away with it.
Definitely, definitely. What's the biggest, if you could go back, if if given an opportunity, like if they say that you have an abracadabra and that abracadabra is giving you three wishes. So
Yeah.
the three wishes is if you one of them is if you could go back and tell your younger self one thing, would it be?
So many things.
Imagine your younger self at that
Yeah,
moment,
yeah, yeah,
pass through
yeah.
that journey.
I would have told myself, I can give one answer or I can give many answers.
Any, multiple.
Okay. I would tell myself, never be submissive, which I was for a long time.
Okay.
You make your point then and there itself, which I never did. Always, bottled inside.
Hmm.
And, that hesitation, that kind of a little bit of, I won't say शर्म आती है ऐसी बात नहीं है, but somewhere there was a little bit of withdrawal, and so not once I'm out and into the open, I'm okay. But there is that kind of a bit of an apprehension initially, and then gradually it would wear out. I made a lot of friends eventually, very good friends, and they remain friends to this day also. I'm still in touch with them from
So
all
it means,
places.
it means that that when you reflect back and when you say about the Sharamati thing and submissive and all, do you think it's a kind of a conditioning that we go through to the parents or through the generations कि ऐसे नहीं करना है, ऐसे करना है, वैसे नहीं करना है, ऐसे करना है?
No, no, because I still believe that my parents were most liberal in their times. When I've seen other parents, my father never questioned, why are you coming late? Where have you gone? Why have you gone? He never questioned that. My mother was worried only because she's a girl, it's already dark and she has not come home yet. That kind of, I think all mothers go through that also. But
Yes, yes.
otherwise, we never grew up in a completely, closed jar environment. Never like that, yeah. So that way
No,
they were
I
very
think,
liberal.
yeah, I think most of the pre-generation, I think the if you reflect back 35 years back, that relatives will feel bad or what our relatives will say and this log kya kahenge tag and all that, and because of that thing the
Uh,
childhood is stopped and stunted
yeah.
because we have to get adapted to what the relatives will think, and that is how the parents want us to get inbuilt.
Correct. Conditioned by what they are saying.
Yes,
That
yes.
was there. Yeah. The grandparents or the elders of the house, they do have their own set opinions of their types. No. So there were times because in Delhi we learned as children, we learned Kuchipudi dance, like, and me and my sister, we were giving recitals, I mean, programs also there. Then when came back to Hyderabad, I was already into my teens, and my grandfather said that she's already a teenager now. It's not time for her to get onto the stage and dance. But rather, she learns some music, something where she can sit quietly
Right.
and sing. So, but it was never taken seriously. So I feel that whatever many things have happened, they all were very instantaneous. They had nothing. I don't think there was anybody's hand or anything, but several good things also have happened without my interference, without my trying, or without asking anybody. Not, I mean, nothing of that sort. So anything, it was only incidental. Whatever happened was incidental. Many things, like I told you about music. Yes, I was a very good singer. Then over a period of time, I lost my voice. Then I learned Veena for some time. Yeah, I learned, maybe that was because of teaching, because I joined teaching, and many of them said it could be teaching that has affected your voice. Then I learned my Veena, that instrument. I think no, that Veena. So I was giving programs on Yuva, that what is it, All India Radio. Yuvavani programs, All India Radio Yuvavani programs. I was very prompt. They would call me every 3 months. For quite some time, I was giving very regularly. Then, because he was posted, I told you, outside and with kids and all, and we going around and all. So I think somewhere that also got just left behind, forgotten. So,
That means, see, as a homemaker, as an educator, you were more inclined towards music. You had passion for singing. So these things somehow, I think, during the journey of your motherhood and dreams of certain dreams must have be kept under the blanket कि नहीं अब focus कहीं और करना है.
हाँ, ये
Did
तो
you
है
ever feel-
because he used to go in the morning, come back only late in the night, and then there has to be one parent at least who is constantly attending there. So somewhere, I don't. That's what I'm saying. Somewhere, our destiny also has its own share
Right,
of intervention. No?
definitely.
So maybe because it's like I had everything on my platter, but things started dropping
Yes.
out one by one. But that was not the end of it. Something new came up in that place. That was what, even to this day, it is so mind boggling. I keep wondering, how can this happen? How could it be that, okay, I'm not able to do this, now I'm into this. Then this also drops out, and then something else comes up, and I'm able to do this for some time.
Since
Now, like I
I
got
think
into,
since you said that
yeah,
you have a sociology as a subject. So, and you also spoke about your parents being liberal. So, sociology always focuses around society in general. So, what is the difference that you find between the today's generation mindset and the mindset of those generation in terms of giving freedom to children to explore and give them the support to chase their dreams?
Yeah. See, every generation, I think, will always have the influence of its previous generation and the forthcoming generation, isn't it? So, somewhere we imbibe a bit of that, a bit of this. But there will be a percentage of people who will definitely either sink into the previous generations, which is very minimal, I think, percentage wise. But the coming generation obviously will have some kind of a progressive, attitude in everything that they see, whether it is movies, whether it is even education also, the type of schools, the type of colleges, now what you have and what were then, they also make a difference, no? So the perspectives also suddenly change. So they will naturally be pulled by the on the other generation, the coming generations, whatever they see that it is more feasible, it is more attractive, they will just go along that. But there will still be a small percentage of people who still hang on to their previous ideologies. Yeah.
I truly agree with this. So, number four is what drives you and what motivates you to keep going when things get tough?
Self-propelling, that's all. I don't, I may get angry, I may shout, I may say things, I may do whatever I want, but I proceed with it. I don't say that, okay, आज मैं खाना नहीं बनाऊंगी, आज I will not do this, or to hell with you, or
Things
you
just
go.
flow. Things just flow.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, my work
Uh,
goes, my emotions also flow. That's,
that is why I say that when you are trapped with emotion,
yeah,
remove the E and take the motion. Remove the E and take the motion. तो
correct,
समटाइम
correct.
इमोशंस हमारा मोशन भी रोकती है, तो इससे अच्छा इमोशंस में से ई निकाल दो, मोशन पे जाओ,
बिल्कुल,
आगे बढ़ो.
बिल्कुल,
Because
बिल्कुल.
whatever work as parents, when we are walking the journey alone, only
Yeah,
we have to do, no matter how many emotions trap us all around.
correct.
तो
All
खड़ा
parents.
बनाना है तो बनता है.
Yeah, all parent teacher meetings and all also I used to attend mostly because you would hardly
Exactly.
get any time, and it was compulsory then.
Yeah.
Like if we did go, we would get a letter home that your parents have not visited us
Attended.
here. Ask, bring them over to the principal's room. So we used to get such
Wonderful,
letters also.
wonderful. This is the wonderful perspective you said, ma'am. In
Uh,
today's generation, do you think parents are actually very interested in attending the PTMs? If yes, why? And if not, why? Because some of the parents are not interested or they don't know the actual objective of attending the PTM.
yes.
So
I
from
don't
your
know.
side,
At
I
least
would like.
yeah, unless the school insists on it, I think if it's left to the parents' discretion, probably many of them will opt out. But if it is a regulation, that definitely one of the parents at least has to go
Absolutely.
there. So I don't know if the school is implementing in that manner or not. I have no idea. Like I said, I am now not in touch with the school curriculum or their regulations and all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wonderful. And what motivates you to keep going when things get tough? Sometimes when you really don't want to do anything and you just want to, sometimes, yeah, there is a body alarm clock, there is a mind alarm clock, there is a heart alarm clock. When
Yeah.
these things are not in alignment, you just don't want to do. So what keeps you going at that particular moment?
I used at least until recently, till I had a small operation of late. So I stopped singing again. So I wrote my own devotional songs. So there are at least about 800 devotional songs which I wrote and I composed. And my I think greatest outlet is, in the nights, in the still of the night, like when everybody is asleep and all.
Just
I
like
would sing
me.
I would sing my own songs, and that is a, a great sort of getaway kind of a uh, thing to do. Like that's one thing I
Just
enjoy.
like me, just like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think
Yeah.
I found someone like me because even I have written around more than 800
Oh,
devotional songs,
wow.
and that keeps me lifted up no
Yes.
matter what. The boat is
Yes.
in your hand, the oar is
Yeah.
in your hand, you have to propel your
Yeah.
own boat no matter what. And these devotional
Yeah.
songs that we write are our stress busters.
Yeah, if I may,
So,
if
this,
you have,
and I really admire this.
yeah, no, no, if you have time, I can just dwell a little bit on this issue, if you don't mind.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah,
Please.
this actually, it was not a planned or a conscious activity. This was, when my father visited Kanpur, he came on some official work and he didn't have time to bring anything home. Normally, parents get no fruits, sweets, and all those things. He didn't get time. So in the station, he just was wondering, I didn't bring anything. I came empty-handed. So he saw that Gorakhpur Press Wale ka ek shop, he saw that. Then he couldn't find anything. He picked up the Ramcharitmanas. And that Ramcharitmanas, he gave it to me. And I just, kept it closed and dusting it periodically at some corner. Then when he was in Delhi, my brother called and said, father is not well, can you come down? So that, I don't know, somewhere that triggered me. I took out the book and I started reading the book for the first time. I never read any such books also. So in the process of reading that, this happened. Like, I don't know. It was such a period that there was no time, midnight,
It
early
happened
morning, while
automatically.
in the
It
kitchen.
happened
Yeah, it
automatically.
just it happened instantaneously. That's all. That went on for some years, and then again there was a block because I got over it, got on into another activity probably, or my mind went into a different direction already. I don't know,
Like
but
like you said, destiny has its own way of interventing,
yeah,
interrupting in your journey through different ways, and that interruption is actually sometimes beneficial, sometimes it teaches you.
yeah.
This is wonderful. Good to learn so many things. And what's your proudest achievement, and why is it meaningful to you?
My proudest achievement, I again attribute this to my songs only, which I dedicated it to my parents on their 75th birthday. So till then, nobody knew about it. Till then, nobody knew about it. So that was the
Definitely,
first.
we will
Yeah,
like to. Is there any book on this? Oh no, not yet.
I have two published volumes are there.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
we would like you to come on our show and launch that book
Of,
also. Oh yes, let people learn from people like you, because these are the actual I will say real stories that inspire every person, which is hidden from the world. And we need to bring it out to ways like one-on-one sessions, and this is actually what helps a person to pick up the life journey.
yeah.
So do you have your book with you over here or
Yeah,
no?
I have. Can you give me the books there? I have those two books, and it was published and it was
Okay.
inaugurated also way back
See,
by some.
another thing's overflowing from the cup now.
But my poems and all I've not published. Then again, I might have written at least anywhere 800 to 1,000 poems there, but they are all still like this is in Telugu actually. These books. I
Okay,
don't know if you
okay,
can see. So these are the devotional songs. One on Lord Rama and
okay.
one on Devi. ऐसे ये दोनों का है.
I would like to see them in English very soon. Start working on it now. We will definitely give it a biggest launch. Yeah. Wonderful. Good to see that.
Thank
So
you, sir.
this is your proudest achievement, as you said.
That's what I think. That's there. Otherwise, there are no proudest achievements. Like
So that, yeah, these things that happen accidentally, they become your proudest
yes,
achievement because
hmm,
you're not prepared for them and they happen
correct,
and it's an achievement automatically.
true.
So, how do you manage work-life balance and any kind of a chaotic kind of juggling in between that you find that you just cannot cope up with the stress, and any tip for new mothers or for the mothers juggling similar challenges?
Uh, my husband is showing something. Something. No, ex की जरूरत नहीं है. So this was where, he's one of the famous film directors, K. Vishwanath. I don't know if you can see or not. So he had come down to our HL, and during that time he inaugurated these books. So
Wonderful,
so that
wonderful.
is again, I would again say, no, it's not a personal success or anything. It's something again, destiny there also, like otherwise, why would that man come all the way and then want to inaugurate my book that way? No, it happened. That's all. There was some blessings from somewhere. I don't know from where. Maybe my father only, because I only believe in my father to this day. And I still feel that because of him, the family is also so secure.
And
So
I think most of the daughters, at least from our generation, are very connected to the father figure, very connected to the father figure. And when they are not there, they definitely miss each and every achievement of their, because when you achieve something, either it's big or small, you definitely want to have a one-on-one conversation with the father, that at least to show that yes, I'm proud of you. Just one line that he can hear.
he would obviously be very proud, telling everybody, my daughter did that, my daughter did. So I don't know how she did it. She's got blessings from here. That those were the words, and he would listen to the songs that I was singing. That itself, he was in a different world altogether when he was listening to that.
So
That
when
was
you
all.
wrote these books, when you wrote this book, did you actually feel a sense of a little bit of accomplishment, or a sense of very inner
No, I still
satisfaction that gave you some
no.
peace and happiness?
No, it's only a wonder. Like, why did it happen? How did it happen? What was the reason behind it? To this day, I keep searching for answers. And nowhere I say that it's my personal contribution, because it's not like I sat down, I thought like poetry, what I cited right now. Okay, I can understand this is my poem I have written. I can say very confidently there. But in this matter, words just rolled out, like out of the blue. Like I was sleeping and then I would just get up in the middle of the night and start writing. That's all. But that was maybe for about 4 5 years, that's all. So I don't feel it as an accomplishment. I don't know, there is something very supernatural or what to say, I don't know.
In the
But
sense, something you may not have planned something that you want
no,
to achieve, and it happened, So somewhere you must be feeling this kind of, I will say inner satisfaction कि ये सोचा नहीं था और ये हो गया, and there must be some kind of a connection that this thing happened.
सोचा नहीं था, बहुत ऐसे ही हुए जैसे पोइट्री भी, मैं सोचा भी नहीं था कि मैं लिखूंगी, दैट आल्सो हैपेंड लाइक दैट. एंड लाइक देन अगेन, yeah, wherever I went, getting into the organizations and doing something over there, wo bhi I didn't think of it that I'll be doing this. Wo bhi aise hi ho gaya tha wo. Like I told you, just crossed over from one phase without my volition, without my intervention. That it just happened. Even my jobs as teaching also, I never applied. It was a call, because whenever I went to meet the sisters and all, they would just request me, will you continue? There's a teacher who's not absent for some time, so will you continue? When I continue, she said, okay, she'll come later, you continue. It went on like that. There's so much so that I didn't do my B.Ed then. My principal made me do my B.Ed also. She said that unless you do your B.Ed, you won't get your full scale also. So I did my B.Ed also then. So I don't know. There was some kind of unexplainable push from somewhere.
Push, yeah,
So
push.
that's all. I just sort of I'm in
Sometimes,
tone with it.
yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes life situations give you a bigger push.
Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe.
that's
I just can't analyze my life. That's the problem.
wonderful. Good to see this side of yours also. And what has been a turning point in your career or life that shaped you who you are today?
I think basic grounding and all is from family only. From my family, definitely, because I've seen my mother work so hard, and I've seen my father work so hard. He being responsible for his family. I mean, running around, getting his sisters married, doing this, doing that. So that, see, you see and imbibe also, not necessarily that somebody tells you this is what you should do. It's in the upbringing itself. That's what I
Yeah,
believe.
when you see your parents in those unexplored territories, and the way they perform, the way they act, these
Yeah,
become automatically learnings
correct,
that you pick up.
correct.
So
Exactly,
these, I
exactly.
would say
Yeah.
that
Your voice is glitching.
parenting kind of a knickknacks that automatically get ingrained in you as a parent.
Yes, 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 yes.
I, no, I'm trying to say that when you see your parents doing these kind of responsibilities, these automatically get ingrained in you as a parent that you are today.
True, true, true. Very true, very true.
Yes, sir.
It rings a bell
Exactly.
somewhere, whatever you're doing
Wonderful.
suddenly, that's there. That's there.
That's, that's
Mm.
so what
Well,
role does failure play in your journey? Have what in your how did
So that, I only heard one
you
word,
implement?
failure.
Yeah, what role does failure play in your journey, and how do you approach the setbacks?
Failure? Yes, I failed in ninth class. When we were transferred, my father was transferred from Delhi to Hyderabad. So there
That
was
is that is that is that is that is academic. That is academic failure. I would like to say any point in life.
any point in life, I'm constantly told that you have not done enough to push yourself or, so that you could have been at a particular pedestal. But in my own way, I think I did have a good time with everybody. People did recognize and all, but I never went out of the way to see whether I'm really somewhere there or anything. Maybe that was a drawback. That could be my personal failure. I could have pushed myself a little bit more, worked myself a little bit more, probably. But again,
Like
that was my
I
life.
will.
That's
That is what
yeah.
we all say. Yeah, wonderful. So, do you feel that failures are necessary to learn new things?
Oh, yes. You do
Yes.
learn as we grow every year. Like, initially I might not have been readily give back an answer. Maybe I would hesitate or I would sit and cry. But then with age, you develop some kind of a courage also slowly. And then there comes a time when you say, to hell with it. मैं भी बोल दूंगी कुछ भी बोल दूंगी. So I even that is evolving also, no, in a way. But not that I believe in that, I somehow I don't go out and fight with people or anything that way. I may not like certain things and I will sit and brood over it. That's all.
Yes. So that is what we call metamorphosis, from a cocoon and then slowly coming out and then blossoming into a caterpillar. And when you become a caterpillar, you just
Yeah,
don't want to stick onto one situation for long.
yeah.
So
Remain the
from
larva.
from a swave little girl, and then you become the Rani Lakshmi Bai कि अब मुझे कुछ नहीं करना है, to help with the world and the people. So that
Yeah.
that whole process of that journey
Yeah.
from caterpillar to the butterfly is metamorphosis, evolving every
Yeah.
scene.
True. Very true.
I really love this life. Wonderful. So, what is that one book or resource that has had a significant impact in your life? What is that one book or resource,
One book.
anything that you feel has book?
I have read, I'm not a very avid reader that way, but I have read books. I read Gone with the Wind. Then I read The Fountainhead, Ayn Rand's book I read. But I think again, this Tulsi Ramcharitmanas is something which left its impact on me. I believe so. Probably.
In
Other
what
books,
way, like?
in what way? I mean, the stories and all, they have their own morals. They have their own teachings, and they also encourage also in that, no, that how to go about it if you're faced with blocks or problems in life and all. So not that continuously it's sort of monitoring my mind, but maybe it's a subtle influence, something which you cannot tell, something which silently happens. So something strikes somewhere. Both of I read this line that time, or oh, this is so relevant, or this is so contextual, so situational. So certain things like that, probably, I'm not saying that 100% it has, maybe somewhere it did impact also, on
Wonderful.
my,
And
yeah,
yeah, so coming back to that mothering topic now, I think you must have heard this line somewhere or
yeah.
other, that I think Napoleon once said that give me an educated mother and I will give you a civilized nation.
Nation.
So
Yeah,
what
yeah.
is your take on this line? In what
I,
way?
I wish to differ here because, I'm sorry to say, but no, it's not that education alone
Yeah.
makes a person wise, because people may not be educated. They may be widely read, they may be full of wisdom. So they might be training their children into the right direction better than even most of the educated. So I don't think that is 100% my personal
That is,
view. This
that is,
is, yeah,
yeah, that is
yeah,
exactly what I want to highlight. That
yeah,
here, according to you,
yeah,
what is education? If Napoleon said, "Give me an educated mother, I will give you a civilized nation." See the terms educated and civilized. So
yes,
these two are total different terms. So an
yes,
educated person may not give you that kind of upbringing or education to become a civilized human being. But an educated mother also can give you the
yeah,
qualities of being civilized. So these are
true.
contradictory words. How
Yeah,
you apply them? So that is why I asked you, what is
it's
your
the hope.
take
Yeah,
on
I
this? Does education need children or it's yeah,
missing
yeah,
the,
please continue.
yeah.
Yeah.
Your words were clipping again, but I think I got the gist of it. I believe, the home is the first place where the child is groomed, basically. I believe in that because whatever we teach, they do pick up, and whatever we do, they observe, even if
Observe.
they're not able to understand, but they do, their observation skills are very sharp. And whatever we say, whatever we feel, all these things somewhere impact the children also. It's different as they're exposed to the world, they keep learning many things outside also. But then somewhere the basic grooming, I feel the basic, the right and the wrong, you should do this, you should not do this, it will hurt them, don't hurt them, don't talk ill about them, or don't
That is
fight
what
with them. All these things, I think every parent does that. But it again depends how we are implementing it, how we are behaving,
exactly.
how we are
Exactly.
interacting. Yeah, how we are
That
interacting.
and that is why I highlighted this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, as a mother, do you think the new age mothers lack in some kind of a emotional regulation as a mothers compared to 40, 50 years back? What do you find the difference in today's mothers and the mothers of 25, 30 years back?
It's quite a difficult question. If the young mothers will start feeling bad if I answer.
No, 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 no.
But I think the times that they are in now, they are blessed with many comforts, and many, I would say, they are also employed basically. So they believe that, okay, we are also working, they are also working, so there are people to attend to children, there are places we can keep children, we can send them out to enjoyment kind of club. I won't call them clubs, but places where children can be left and they can be played, they can be playing around over there. So probably the availability of such things and the affordability of such things makes them a little, I won't use the words.
Yeah,
I mean,
dependent
that,
on these things, dependent on these things, because they don't
yeah,
have a support
yeah, yeah,
system.
yeah,
They
yeah.
don't have a
Because
support system.
correct. Because we
And
never have, even in our times, I never employed any nanny or anybody. Right from the day they were born, it was
that is
only us
what
attending to them. Yeah, so we were only attending, even if we could afford also. So probably again the mindset, like we have seen this
exactly.
and we have become like that. They have seen a different way of upbringing, so they bring them up that way. So these
That
are
is
again.
exactly, yeah, that is exactly what I wanted to highlight, because when I connect with parents and other mothers, they say, "Ma'am, it's so difficult to handle today's kids that we just don't have that much of courage to handle." So
Yeah.
why we I think what is the lapse over here, that why are they not able to handle it? So much of facilities are there, comforts are there, and salaries are good, economy is stable, they can run the families and
Yeah.
with all affordabilities and everything, and even then they are not able to handle one or two children. So I don't know where is the vacuum, or where is the lapse happening. That's why I want
Generation gap.
generation gap.
Maybe.
Definitely, maybe.
Yeah. Um,
I mean, because when they say that it's very easy to get married, very easy to bring kids in the world. But when the journey starts facing the real journeys, that time you start regretting that थोड़ा और late कर लेते शादी, या थोड़ा और late कर लेते. So these things are happening, and then
yeah.
here I would like to just connect with you that what kind of an advice would you like to give some new age mother or a girl to take
So that this is
marriage, yeah,
This is a very delicate line to walk on because nobody would like to be advised, particularly this generation. Because
It's not about advice. It's not about advice. It's like sharing of our own journey and coming to this conclusion.
Yeah. No, I believe that the kind of exposure that they had, the kind of atmosphere that they had in the family, and the kind of status or stature that they all enjoyed, all these add to their way of thinking, their way of behaving. That's what I feel. I cannot say that, okay, maybe they're blessed with so many conveniences today, so they opt for it. When it is there, why not make use of it?
That
That kind
is
of
the
a,
mindset. Yeah. That is the mindset of today. Okay, if
yeah,
it's before it, why not take it?
yeah. Yeah.
So this thing is there. So, ma'am, once, coming to the last round of the session, I will
Yeah.
be asking you 5 or 6 random questions, just one word for
Okay.
it. Just one word, okay? One word. Your biggest regret in life.
Biggest
Regret.
regret? I don't regret.
Something must be there, ma'am.
My singing, that is all only regret. That's all. That I was not able to promote it. That's the only thing. That's it.
So now start promoting Metamorphosis and looking forward to it. Start promoting now. And we pray that your voice come to such a high level that I will be organizing one singing competition for everyone with you as a part.
Thank you. Thank you. Hope.
And the second, this, yes,
Yeah. Second one.
second one is second one is your stress buster.
My
Biggest
stress buster. My stress buster is work. I keep on doing something or the other. So that way, either cleaning my house or cooking or, removing this, putting that back. So I'm always, so my main stress buster is work only.
So I will say this as today's generation calls them as what do you call obsessive OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder.
My children
So,
say that, they call me that also. You are, you have OCD, Amma. They give me-
they won't say OCD, they will say OCCD, obsessive compulsive cleaning disorder. So,
Exactly.
तो लाइक ये ऐसे यहाँ पे क्यों पड़ा है वो वहाँ पे क्यों पड़ा है ये अपनी जगह पे क्यों नहीं है दिस
Yeah.
साइज ऑफ टुडे जनरेशन इज लाइक लेट इट बी देयर व्हाट इज रॉन्ग इन इट why are you getting affected from it?
Constant drubbing of that only and nothing else.
Wonderful. And any kind of a creativity that you love to do, any kind of creative work that interests you and you would like to pursue, creative in the
And
sense something connected to arts, literature, or fine arts.
fine arts, again, it's singing in the part of it. Otherwise, my poetry, last 5 years I've been writing. And I don't, it's not like a syllabus for me. Like if I enjoy some prompt and if I like it, I instantly write it. So on several groups, like, so even this also, it was happenstance only. Like it just happened. Sometime I just wrote something, a series of questions, and I suddenly realized that I was declared the winner. And I didn't even know that there was things called literary groups on FB, because I never used to see FB. I was not a FB favorite also that way. Yeah. So then on, like you started getting requests, like join this, join this, join this. So that's how my information also started expanding, and I ended up writing. And
Wonderful.
I don't have any particular, I like this the most, but wherever I like a particular prompt, if I can, I happen to write it.
It should connect with you. It should connect
Yeah,
with you
yeah,
at that
that way.
particular moment, depending
Yeah,
on the mood that you are in.
yeah, exactly.
Because sometimes when our emotional outbursts are so and you instantly see something and that particular clicks, oh, this is what I want. Ab jo main feel kar rahi hu, let me jot it down. This
True,
comes.
right, correct.
Wonderful. And the second one is, how will you describe marriage as, for you in one word, marriage as
Marriage is accommodation. Each one should accommodate the other, whatever be the life. Accommodating, that's all. Isn't it?
and your passion?
My passion is always music. Even if I'm not able to sing, my YouTube keeps on playing music from 9 o'clock to 12:31. That keeps on running. It doesn't shut. So that's one of my passions. That's one of the things I love. Hello? We lost you, Sonal.
Uh,
Hello? Hello?
Visible, ma'am? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
here. Yes.
yeah,
Hello, hello. Here, ma'am.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm
got
here.
it.
Are you able to hear me? Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I would
Now I
like to hear a little bit of singing from you. Any 2-3 lines of singing.
मैं बोल रही हूँ ना बिल्कुल मेरा I have a problem. I underwent an operation also. After that, it became worse. So
Try, ma'am. 2-3 lines. Try.
कौन सा याद भी नहीं आता है अभी फिर अभी याद ही नहीं आ रहा. I'm blank now. Totally. It's ages since I sang also.
Try. 2-3 lines. 2-3 lines. Just try. Just give it a try. Just give it a try. 2-3 lines. Something
I'm not
that will
able
make
to
you happy.
recollect also. I'm not able to recollect also what song. I'm totally blank now. Actually,
Let it come now instantaneously.
नहीं, याद तो है.
Destiny has intervened again.
I don't normally, if I was singing, I would take this long because I'm not even getting anything. I've stopped singing for the last 6 months completely. That's why.
So my humble request to you is start singing, take it, and definitely
I,
we would like you to have on one platform.
sure,
And
sure. And
yeah,
thank you.
and
Yeah.
before we depart, ma'am, I would like you to recite any one poem that has touched you, written by you. Any one
Any,
poem that has touched
anyone
you, written by you.
written by?
Any one poem that has touched you, written by you.
I don't have immediately, but I guess I like Wordsworth's poems, Robert Frost poems, and but right now I don't have anything written as such with me. And I told you that my memory is also fading. I'm not able to remember unless I write it down and say that's the problem.
You must, like you said, you have written for so many platforms. So any one poem that you have written that has touched you.
कौन सा मैं
Anyone.
कैसे
Yeah.
where do I because I write it in my computer only. I mean, in this cell only. So I don't even have access to pull it out now.
No
So I
problem.
don't write it in the diary. Sorry. I'm very sorry.
No
Had I known,
problem.
I
No
would have
problem.
but I have a printed what I can just take it out. If you don't mind,
Yes,
just
yes, yes,
give
please.
me a second and just get
Yes, yes, yes.
it. Yeah, sorry, Sonal, for that.
No
Yeah, I
problem.
just have a printed sheet in front of me, and this was about a virtual event that I did. This is Do Not Judge Me. So, do not judge me by the color of my skin, whether I'm fat as a cow or reed thin, with a buck tooth, scars, and pockmarks, short and stout, fair, brown, or dark. Yet, I am a human being to the core with all the sensory tickles to the fore. I react to pain and pleasures, respond to beauty and nature's treasures. I have a mind of my own, intelligent and sharp. I can think, talk, and of course, like you, harp and harp and harp. I too have emotions and feelings to sow and reap beautiful dreams of life to dare and go. My desires and destinations, seeking perspectives, harvesting my ambitions, and pursuing objectives. Do not judge me by my race or my color, nor of my physical attributes or endeavors. I may be a plain Jane or Jack to someone, but just remember, like you, I too am born a human. If you can't respect me, I've no problem or pain, but to mock, deride, or insult me is not in your domain. That's one of the
Wow,
words.
wonderful, ma'am. Wonderful. And I think no, it's lovely.
Mm.
And yeah, so it was wonderful hearing about you and about your journey. Definitely, a lot, many People will be impressed. I won't say only women, but definitely those whoever will watch the session, because real stories are always hidden. Always say real stories are always hidden, and normal narrative session like that happens in the news and all. So here we have Kanakagiri Shakuntala ma'am. Just last the question: what is the actual meaning of your name, Kanakagiri?
Kankagiri is the surname. We all have family names.
Hmm.
So my father's side, parents' side, it is Neelam Raju. So that
Okay.
runs down the generations. So whoever is born under that Neelam Raju, the subsequent generations will have that Neelam Raju. It's a family name. And then the name is given. So here when I got married, I adopt the husband's family name. So Kanakagiri is my, yeah, in-laws side, they are called Kanakagiris, followed by our respective
Wonderful.
names. Yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah.
Wonderful. So,
Thank you.
as we say, that certain names catch our eye, and definitely we would like to hear about the heredity, the generations, and the story behind the names and all, because these are all real facts that
Lost.
children of today also need to learn the significance of these things and the importance of these ancestral learnings and all, because there is a lot of purity and a lot of divine learning hidden in these things,
Yeah, very
which
true.
the modern age technology sometimes do not get
Mm.
that time to understand the concepts behind it.
True, 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 true.
So it was really worth listening to you, ma'am, your words, and a small request from my side from Metamorphosis. Start singing again. And before we thank Kanakagiri ma'am for her wonderful time, her words, her story, her learnings, a small tribute to ma'am to start pursue singing for you, ma'am. What is strength? Strength, she asked, what is it? Strength to one may not appear as it does to other. I replied, to me, strength is forgiving. It is smiling when I am aching. The ability to love and require nothing in return. Strength is choosing humility over pride. It is that small voice telling me I can. Yes, I will sing. I can. As sometimes it is nothing more
Voice gone again. Yeah,
tear-stained promise,
yeah.
humbling pain for you, ma'am. Yeah, this was for you, ma'am, and hope you heard this.
I heard little bit had missed out, but what I heard was it's so humbling, really, Sonal. Thank you so much. हेलो क्या करते हेलो 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 इट्स गॉन आई डोंट नो व्हाई इट फ्रोज हेलो कट गया व्हाई इज इट नॉट कमिंग ఐ థింక్ మన ఇంటర్నెట్ ఇంత ప్రాబ్లం ఇస్తుంది అయిపోయింది అనుకుంటా ఐ థింక్ సంథింగ్ గాడ్ వినయారా వీడియో is stopped అని వచ్చింది. I think she also cut off because it was anyway the end అది 6:30 దాటింది. She must. I think she left. End అని చూపిస్తోంది అది. Anyway, over. పర్లేదు. మంచిగా. చలో. అది కాల్ వచ్చినప్పుడు వీడియో కట్ ఆఫ్ అయిపోతుందిట.
Yeah, hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, hello, ma'am.
Yeah. You're online?
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
on the.
yeah,
I'm just expanding it. Wait.
yeah, because the internet got disconnected and this technical glitches happened at the last moment. So
Yeah.
anyway, ma'am, thank you so much for your lovely session, and I look forward to more sessions with you. And over to you to share some message or advice for all the people over here.
I don't have any message, Sonal. I'm not of that stature.
Anything that you feel.
My
anything that you feel.
blessings, my best wishes for them, wherever they are, whatever they are doing. May they excel in their fields. May they be happy, healthy, and cheerful all the time. That's
Thank
all.
Thank you
My
so
best
much, ma'am.
wishes. Yeah.
Thank you, and wish you also looking forward to your singing once again to realign those vocal cords fast. So thank you so much, ma'am, for
Thank
your
you.
lovely, lovely. Thank you.
I should thank you so much. Really, it's so nice. I enjoyed this, and thanks for having me. It was
Thank
quite
you.
humbling. It was quite entertaining. It was quite interesting. Thanks a lot. Thanks a
Thank
ton.
you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks.
Very good. कार्ड है तुम्हारे पे कैसे पे करेंगे नंबर को करना है आपको समझ में नहीं आया नंबर है कार्ड में लिखा हाँ हाँ हमें लिखा आपको मैसेज किया था
हाँ, उनको बोला था।
बोला है
फोन किया है।
ठीक है
क्या?
कार्ड मशीन लेके आएगा ठीक है
So you can use the card.
हाँ। ऐसे हाँ बताओ नंबर नहीं हो कार्ड मशीन कार्ड कार्ड अच्छा
They check on other churches.
Lens can get it.